Welcome to another episode of Daniel Goes Outside, and I am in an airport, the Calgary International Airport, because Jill and I are going to New York. She's not in this video right now because she is watching my stuff, and I went to go find a quiet spot to film this. And yeah, we are flying from Calgary to Toronto, and then from Toronto to New York, so it is very early this morning, and we are ready to go, and it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be like in New York for I think like 60 hours, but yeah. So Jill and I are now in Toronto, which is the final part of our trip because now it's going to LaGuardia Airport, I think?
Yeah, LaGuardia.
And then we will be in New York. So yeah, that's what's happening next.
I almost slept on the plane. Almost.
I learned a lot about how the in-flight Wi-Fi works. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
There's still a lot I don't know, but there's a lot I know now. Like how they're using caching and how they're blocking Netflix, and there may be alternatives around that so that you could actually use those things, but the internet speeds are so slow. At one point I was getting 5 megabytes per second, and then there was another point where it was 3, and my ping was like 759 milliseconds, which is insanely high. And yeah, Jill is like, what is he talking about?
No, zoned out.
But yeah, we're gonna go from here to New York, so yeah. Jill and I have successfully arrived in New York, and holy smokes, driving in New York does not look like fun. So much honking. I thought we were gonna get hit by that one truck that was turning, and then our driver was like turning beside it and like squeezing in. I'm like, I'm surprised the wheel didn't hit like his front. I was just like, nope, nope, nope. I could not deal with this. But we have a pretty cool room. Like, I think it's pretty cool. Here's a really weird thing. You're gonna get a room tour. After figure out light switch, is the shower is just kind of, hang on. So you come in, there's just regular floor, and guess what? Now you're in a shower. There's no like separation between shower and rest of the bathroom, which is just really weird. Oh, let's see what kind of view we have. Look, there's a garbage truck. This is really cool. Jill is in charge of planning things.
I'm trying to figure out where to go and how to get there the fastest and cheapest.
I'm leaving Jill in charge of that because will get way too distracted. It'll be like, and I'm directionally challenged to begin with, so. Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out where we're going.
Yeah, it's much better if Jill does it because I'm kind of indifferent on what it is we do. Like there's a couple things I do want to do, but hey, if we don't have time for them, whatever. But we'll try to make time, and Jill is essentially the itinerary maker.
Yeah.
And I think she likes that position.
Yes. Yes.
And I have no problems with this. So yeah, we are officially in New York. So Jill and I are walking in New York. We are under the Queensboro Bridge.
Yep.
And like, it is so cool. Because like, Infamous is like based, I think, in New York. The Division is as well. And like over here, I feel like that was one of the missions in the Division. You had to do something over there. Hang on, there's like a subway or a train or something. Can't really show it. This is so cool. It's just like it's crazy seeing the actual locations that like are based from video games. Like, it's so cool. Like, I love it. This is great. We are in the subway. I'm gonna get on a subway, but I don't think I'm gonna vlog on there because too many people. So we have taken the subway, and it was so cool. It was so cool. This is amazing. It's kind of like the C train, but just way cooler. So fancy. There's a thing that will like light up and tell you how many stops away your stop is, and I don't know what that person's saying. So we just went to this ramen place that was like across the street from the comedy club that we're gonna go see Nathan McIntosh at, and the ramen required some assembly, but it was really good. So Jill and I just were at a comedy show at the
Comedy Cellar.
At the Comedy Cellar. We were there because we wanted to see Nathan McIntosh, and we did see him. He was really great.
Yeah.
Some of the acts were good, but yeah, it's kind of hit or miss with comedy. That's kind of what I've noticed. And then a wild Louis C.K. showed up, and holy smokes, that was just like so unexpected. Like I never would have thought that would have happened. Like that is so cool. It was a great time.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a ton of fun, so much fun. And I listened to Nathan McIntosh podcast, so I was really excited to see him live, and he was definitely a little bit different, so that was super cool.
Yeah, it was great. I actually enjoyed it, and I'm not really a fan of stand-up because I like my ADD needs my attention. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go do something now. Do you know where I am now? It's Times Square. It's like it's daylight now because of all the lights.
That's the countdown ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is just so cool. Like, wow. So cool. And in the Division, there's a mission where you have to restore power to this area, and like, it is fancy. Like, this is just so cool. I think it's awesome. So many screens, so many things, ADD going crazy. We were in the subway, and now we're in the sky, because subways go up and down. And yeah, this is really cool. That kind of brings the first day of New York to a close. It has been really interesting. Like Jill and I jammed in a whole bunch of stuff for day one. Well, not even really a full day, because we got here and it was like 5, no, I don't even know. We landed at like 4 p.m. New York time, and right now it is like midnight New York time, which means it's like 10 o'clock in Calgary. So it's kind of shocking that we are both still awake, because we were up at like 4 a.m. in Calgary time so that we could get to our flight. And yeah, but we jammed a lot of things in, and it's been really great. And tomorrow's gonna be awesome, I think, too. And that's New York behind me, because like, why the heck not? And yes, color temperature, I'm yellow. Welcome to day 2 of New York. And we are doing things and stuff first. So Jill and I are in Central Park, and all of a sudden shade. But yeah, it's a green place within the middle of New York. I don't know if it's actually in the middle, but yeah, we are in Central Park.
I think that's the idea, Central Park.
Yeah.
We got a map, which you can't see right now, in the sunlight, and then shade, and then, yep.
Yeah, we have a map because we're going to the Natural History Museum.
Yep.
And we're taking the route through, the scenic route through Central Park. So we are like smack in the middle of Central Park now, for real this time. Because we were on the outskirts earlier.
Yes.
But yeah, look, there's a fountain. Kind of there. Yeah, that way. There's a fountain. We're in the middle of Central Park. It's cool.
We're on the Bethesda Terrace.
Bethesda. Doom. It's really cool. So Jill and I have just been granted peace because the monk wouldn't leave us alone, so I gave him money to make him go away.
He gave us bracelets.
We got these bracelets and this amulet thing that I put in my bag already. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
They're very persistent. So I was just like, okay, fine. Have $10. Because I gave him 5 and he's like, no, it's 10. I'm like, okay, fine. But whatever. Now we have preventers, so we don't have to do that again. We've entered the wild Amazon of New York. There's like wild monsters everywhere. You can hear them.
Oh no, we're going the wrong way.
Oh, we're going the wrong way. Oh no, we're lost. We live here now.
No.
Hello. And suddenly, there's a wild castle. Which is really cool. It's just kind of randomly here. We are going to the Natural History Museum.
Yes.
Which is the same thing that was in the Night at the Museum movies. Steps. So we're gonna go do that. I don't know if I'm gonna be allowed to film, but we'll find out. So we have just finished at the Natural History Museum, and it was really cool. Here are some photos I took because I kind of wasn't allowed to film there, so I took a bunch of photos. So enjoy.
We're casually looking at this if shot of the 17th century when all of a sudden Aladdin appears on its magic carpet.
So Jill and I are at the Highline Park, which essentially is a subway platform thing, train track kind of dealio, that got converted into like a park. And it's actually really cool because we're walking kind of where a subway used to run, and it's just got stuff like grass and stuff and fancy things, plants that have kind of grown all over the place, and there's a pathway, and it's It's really cool, actually.
And to our one side is the Hudson River.
Yes, right there. Which maybe it connects to the Hudson Bay. I don't know.
No, but there was a plane that crashed in the Hudson River.
Oh yeah,
That's
Sully.
what the movie was about.
Sully.
Yeah. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
what it was, dude.
Oh, wow.
Right here.
See, so many things. I'm recognizing so many like locations from movies and stuff that are like in New York, and it's really cool. And like right beside us is the like subway train yard or something. I don't know. It's this, which is cool. This is really cool, actually. Jill and I have just finished seeing
Anastasia.
Yes, I was just like, I know what this is, but I totally forgot. It was so good. It was so interesting seeing all the like theater elements coming together, and just the performances were really great, and things got stuck in my eyes during the show. And
I legitimately cried. I was sobbing the entire time. I was a mess. I've seen this movie so many times, and now it's finally a play, and I always wanted it to be a musical when I was a kid, and now it is, and I got to see it.
And it's so good. Like, the performances were amazing. I watched the movie just before coming here, and like, it was really great so that I could like tell the differences, and then I really understood the story because Jill's seen it a gazillion times, so she really would be like, yeah, no, this is happening. And I was like, no, I know. I've watched the movie, but
I stopped after the first bit.
Yeah, no. But yeah, it was so good. Like, yeah, it was expensive, but like, it was, if you can see a Broadway show, not an off-Broadway show, but like a Broadway show, it is so worth it. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
the production value is incredible.
It's like a live movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Live orchestra, live actors. We were in the third row from the front. Yeah, we were kind of off to the side, but hey, like, it was so worth the price.
I had a perfect view, and so it was great for me.
Yeah. I almost had a perfect view. There's kind of a little wall that was kind of blocking on a couple of scenes, but like, I could just lean a little bit and that was good. And if you don't know, an off-Broadway show is essentially a Broadway show that has been taken off of Broadway, because Broadway's only in New York, and I did not know that. I thought Hollywood would have that. But anyways, an off-Broadway show is essentially the same show that is on Broadway, it's just with different actors. So like in Calgary, we'll get Wicked, but it's not the same actors that perform on Broadway in New York, it's different ones. But hey, go see it.
Yeah, and the production value may be different with an off-Broadway show as well, but that's kind of to be expected. One thing I thought that was incredible in this was the costuming. The costumes were phenomenal.
The costume changes were so fast.
Yeah, there was one scene where she being Anastasia had her hair completely down. She was sleeping. She had her hair completely down, and I swear it must have been a 5-minute change, not even. Like,
Could it have been a wig?
Potentially, I guess.
I don't think it was though, because there would have been more hairs sticking out, and like I only noticed a couple.
But it was like, she went from having her hair completely rugged and crappy and down to beautiful and up in this perfect bun, and she was in this amazing dress that's exactly the same as in the movie. And it was oh my god!
it was really good.
Did you have a favorite actor? Like, or character in the show? You said Dimitri.
Yes, Dimitri was really great. I really liked Sophie's song that she sang in... Yeah, her.
She's Sophie in the movie and Lily in the show.
Okay. So yeah, her song when she sang it, what was the bar called?
The Neva Club.
The Neva Club. Oh, I love that song. It was kind of all over the place, but I really liked it.
It was really campy and out there. And
I loved it. It was great. I loved it. What about you? Do you have a favorite?
Gleb was absolutely my favorite. He was like the villain of this, and so if you've seen the movie, there's no Rasputin in this, there's Gleb, and he's the son of the man who shot the Romanovs. So he feels this like kind of sense of honor to carry out his father's work, and so he's the villain, and he just, when he hit his high notes, I could feel myself just like crumble and melt inside, and just,
we were so close.
Dimitri was amazing as well. The woman who played Anastasia, I think her name's Christy Altamir. They were all just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Everybody was so talented. We were literally standing in the middle of some random spot that has lots of lighting to film this, and I feel like everybody's looking at us because we're being weird.
Now we are gonna go to the Empire State Building.
Which is that way. That way. We're going there. Okay.
Let's go.
So we're at the first viewing level of the Empire State Building, and like, look at this. We are on the 80th floor, and Jill's here too. And it's so cool. Check it out. We are so high up. Look at that. You can just...
It'd be cool to come here during the day and we could be like, oh, we've been there, and there, and there, and there.
But I just love how cities look at night.
Oh, for sure.
Look at that. That's so cool. But yeah, coming during the day would be cool too.
But like, look it down, like that's Times Square right there that's so lit up. Like even on your camera.
Oh, is that?
That's Times Square.
Oh wow. Times Square is just a giant bright light. Wow, this is so cool. But we're not done yet. Currently, I'm on the 86th floor, which is the open air observatory, which is really, really cool because we are outside. You could stay inside and be a chicken, but we are outside because why the heck not? See?
I'm cold!
It is windy. It is windy.
Sounds good.
Alright. There, now you can see me.
Over here.
So
there
we are on the 102nd floor now, and
there's people trying to get by.
But yeah, you'll see footage of that next. That basically kind of summarizes day 2. The Empire State Building was really cool. Anastasia was really awesome. I'm really tired. I'm like stumbling all over all my words, and it's very hard to get an entire sentence out. I need to sleep. I don't think I've mentioned before, we are recording a podcast episode about New York for the Mouthy and Curious podcast. You should check that out because it will go more in depth than my vlog does. So yeah, check that out. Links in the description below. And today is the beginning of day 3. We're gonna try to do the Staten Island Ferry, and we're gonna try to do Brooklyn Bridge. And we're gonna kind of see what else we can kind of jam into today. And we're also gonna see the Broadway show, 1984.
Hell yeah.
And Jill looks like Pippi Longstocking, but just not Ginger. So we are at the Staten Island Ferry departure place where the ferry leaves to go to Staten Island, and we are just waiting for the ferry to actually show up so we can go there.
It'll be about 30 minutes, so we grab some stuff.
I get some Red Bull because coffee's gross. So we're now on the ferry on our way to Staten Island to kind of see the Statue of Liberty. And yeah, that's coming next. So we've just seen the Statue of Liberty kind of from afar from the Staten Island Ferry because I don't want to spend 3 hours doing a statue tour. Fuck that.
No thanks.
Yeah, F that. I don't want to do that. And yeah, she was much smaller than actually I expected. I expected her to be much bigger.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming perspectives, and if you were actually on the Liberty Island or whatever the heck it's called.
No, you're correct.
Yeah, if you were on the Liberty Island, it would probably be a lot bigger, but yeah, I expected her to be much bigger, but it's still really cool. We are on the Brooklyn Bridge. We're gonna walk it and hope we don't get run over because we are in the bike lane.
We're in the bike lane.
Can you please hold? But yeah, we're walking the Brooklyn Bridge because tourists. We're literally walking above cars. It is really cool. You can see them behind me. And we are in the bike lane still.
Bike lane! We're in the bike lane!
So if you want to know where I am right this second, open up Google Maps, zoom into where it says New York, and that is literally where I'm standing, where it's written in Google Maps, because that's City Hall. And apparently it's also the Board of Education building too. What did you think of the Brooklyn Bridge?
Oh, the Brooklyn Bridge was great. Yeah, it was cool.
I thought it was really cool, but it very, very, very crowded.
Yeah, it's a tourist attraction, so
yeah,
that's not entirely
I
surprising.
feel bad for all the people that are trying to ride their bikes on it, because that was just very difficult. Yeah. And we also got to see street performers, and they started off strong, and then they kind of took a nosedive when they're like, pay me, and then they kind of overdid it on that part. Yeah. But whatever. Jill and I have kind of ran off. Yes, my hair is a mess. By the way, it's raining outside. So Jill and I ended up seeing 1984, and that was interesting.
Yeah, I'm like looking at my face in your thing, and I'm like,
oh.
Hi, rain.
1984 was interesting. I definitely preferred Anastasia, but the 1984 interpretation was cool. Like it was different, but it was cool, and it almost felt like it was a low budget movie, and I honestly don't think it was worth the price we paid for the tickets, but when in New York.
Yeah. I'm glad we saw it. It was super cool, and I think it's kind of like, in my opinion, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how often they'll bring this around, but
I'm happy that Olivia Wilde was in it. Mm-hmm. I like Olivia Wilde.
She was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I liked the guy who played O'Brien.
Yeah.
The white-haired guy. He was awesome. I wasn't a fan of the guy they chose for Winston.
No, me neither. I was like,
I found him really difficult to understand, actually.
When he had the blood in his mouth, yeah.
Well, that was because he pulled his teeth out, right?
Yeah.
So he was purposely talking like this because he didn't have teeth. My mouth. But even other than that, he still had a weird kind of throaty accent, kind of. But yeah, no, it was really good for sure. I liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Anastasia was better.
Oh yeah,
way more production value. But yeah, no, I thought it was super cool. But it was way more arty than we were expecting, and not as graphic violence as we were expecting.
Yeah, no, there was some woman in the audience who was like, no more of this.
All the torture scenes, she's like, I can't watch this, and she said it out loud in the theater. We all started laughing about it.
It was funny. Like they tried to like replicate the rat scene. If you've seen 1984, they replicated the rat torture scene kind of. There were no rats, but they kind of replicated it, and it was just as soon as it was kind of happening, she's like, nope. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she's just like, nope, and it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was definitely, it felt like a political commentary on society, and also they broke a bunch of the fourth wall, which, does the book do that? Because the movie doesn't.
No.
So it was definitely, whoever the director was. Is there directors in Broadway things, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's whatever the director's was interpretation of it, and it was definitely interesting. I felt like they were purposefully making the political commentary, because some of the things are basically happening right now.
Yeah, we were even talking about this before, like how many, because he watched the movie and I've read the book, and so then we saw the play and everything, obviously, but even before that, even before that, we were kind of like discussing about the Revised Truth is the website, but Revised Truth, and so like you go back and you edit your history to make it more accurate for what you're doing, and you can see that in today's world, people change things all the time. You can edit yourself, so
it felt more like it was 1984 but adapted to present day. Yeah. Because there was some like technological bits, and it's like there was a database. I just deleted the data values, the SQL entries of it, and
Oh, that's how it works in the book.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was
okay. I haven't read the book. So.
Yeah.
But this made me want to read the book even more now, so I'll probably actually read it, because I do already own a copy, I just haven't read it. But then after that, we decided to go to Rockefeller Center, also known as the Pit in the Division, and it just blows my mind being able to walk in a real life location that I've only been in a video game. Like, just... I can't really describe it. It's so cool. I absolutely love that. And like, Oh, it was so great. It was really cool to see that. And then it started kind of raining, so we kind of, it was starting to rain a bit, and then we kind of wandered a little bit, and then we saw there was a church that was nearby, which is a safe zone in the dark zone. I think it's dark zone level 6. And I was just like, that's a safe house. And Jill's like, that looks really cool. So we went and took a photo of that.
I'm not sure what church it was, but it was a big fancy one near Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
If you know what it is.
If you play the Division, I believe it's Dark Zone 06's safe house. Now we are actually waiting for pizza and cheesecake, because you can't come to New York and not try that. And we almost didn't try that. So we're trying that now. We're just waiting for it to actually show up. And if you want a more in-depth review of the New York trip, you should definitely check out the Mouthy and Curious podcast. I will put a link in the thing below, because it's super long, but it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
You should definitely listen to it.
We're compressing like 60 hours into like 3.
Yeah.
2, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
But overall, today was actually a great day. And we even got to witness a guy peeing in New York. So we had the full New York experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a good trip. We were definitely a little bit more mellow today.
Yeah, because
we did a lot of walking yesterday. I wonder what our steps are at as compared to tomorrow or yesterday.
Listen to our podcast and you'll find out.
Yeah.
I'm trying some New York pizza. Well, I've already tried some, but I'm going to try another bite and tell you how it is. Classy. It's good.
We got a Quattro Gusti, which is ham, mushroom, and artichoke. It's very good. And we got cheesecake too.
Yeah. The artichoke I've never had pizza with artichoke on it. It's different, but it's good. I like it. So how is it?
It's good. Hell yeah.
Welcome to a bonus segment of day 3. We're gonna put on face mask things.
We have to go wash our faces first.
I don't know how this works, but we're gonna put on face mask things. I have this one. What does Jill have?
I have a little penguin.
There we go. Rawr! I'm ready to go rob a bank. Do bank robbers wear this when they rob banks? I don't know. They could. And Jill's a penguin.
This is ridiculous.
I know, right? This is so ridiculous. I'm T-I-double-G-R.
Okay. And I'm Happy Feet.
Ripping off my skin. It's a new me. I'm sorry, I had like a hiccup. I have taken off my face. And Jill has taken off hers too, but I filmed mine.
Yeah. My face feels a little bit sticky, but I think maybe if it just gets a little bit drier, it'll kind of sink in.
It feels weird.
Yeah, you'll have to tell us how you feel in the morning or tomorrow or sometime.
It feels wet.
Yeah.
Ish. I don't know. It feels like face.
Like clammy face?
Yeah. My hand sticks to my face. So we'll see if I wake up and I become one with my pillow.
I'm like trying to see if it'll pick up my... I can feel it picking up my skin, but I guess my cheek's not.
That didn't really work.
For a second.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna... Oh, maybe. I don't know. I feel like that would stick regardless. Nope. Okay. So, face is sticky. So Jill and I have finally made it back safely to Calgary, and that basically brings the New York trip to a close. Do you have any final thoughts on the New York adventure? I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm
ready for home.
I am ready for home as well.
No, I've done New York.
Well, no, what I mean is, would you do another trip?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So you're not sick of me yet?
No. Not entirely.
All right.
Just a little.
So yeah, in the comments below, let me know. Have you ever been to New York? What did you think of it? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Don't forget to have an epically awesome day. Bye.